Hello there, everybody. Cody here, checking out the demo for Into the Grid today, which is a cyberpunk-themed roguelike deck builder. Looks pretty interesting. The dev reached out to me and just to let me know that the demo was up, and from what I saw, it looked cool. Haven't played it at all, but it looks cool. I love the art. Look at how great that looks. Ursa, Ginema? Huh. Half a lifetime ago, I gave up my career as a runner to protect my newborn daughter, Mojin, from the dangers of her mother being a world-wanted hacker and criminal. Almost 20 years later, she found out about my past. She was disappointed and decided to take a job abroad with a company called Apex Talent Services. That sounds like a real company that would exist right now. To put some distance between us, I haven't heard from her in weeks. And after digging around, I suspect Apex Talent Services isn't the legitimate business they claim to be. My sources suggest they may be involved in human trafficking, and if that's the case, I need to find her before it's too late. My old running buddy, Barville? I don't know how to pronounce that. Has promised to pull some strings and get me as much intel as he can on the Apex Talent Service. First, I need to get back into shape to get Imogen back once we find her. Okay. Grind. Okay. Alright, running 101. Welcome to the grid. The grid is composed of clusters. Clusters are made up of nodes. Your objective in every run is to find a core node and breach the mainframe. While navigating the grid, you'll be able to interact with nodes. Check this one out. Nodes have different ways of being used. For the time being, let's try extracting this one. Lots of stuff to do there. Okay, so we have shards. Extracting nodes will always provide shards. Shards are remnants of code that can be used as currency to buy different things inside the grid. As you can see, nodes are left empty after you use them. Okay, now move through the clusters. You will need to pass through gates. Let's check out that gate. Using all nodes in either adjacent cluster. All gates are guarded by bouncer ICEs that won't let you open. Bouncers have specific conditions that need to be met to be disabled. In this case, the activity bouncer will be disabled if all nodes in the cluster are used. Okay. Small. As you can see, the gate can be opened because it met its bouncer. Yes. Look out, this cluster has a watcher protecting it. Most clusters will have a watcher guarding them. This one is an extraction watcher and will increase your trace whenever you extract a node in. Oh, there's trace. Okay, is that like our health? Trace measures how aware the grid is of your intrusion. Trace increases, the grid is alerted, and the run becomes harder. Sentinels will be stronger, faster. I hope this is. Okay, we just did that. We hovered over the trace effects. Now click on the library node. Avoid extracting this node so the extraction watcher doesn't trace you. Okay. Instead, you can try exploiting this library. This will increase the shards you get at other library nodes. Okay. Different nodes can be exploited for different effects. Pay attention to them. Now that you have learned about watchers, let's check out how to advance further by inspecting the. Okay, guarded by a combat bouncer, so you must defeat all Sentinel ICs and cluster node. Time to get your hands dirty. Click on the node with the Sentinel to start the combat. Everything you see is created by your console to provide you with information during combat. Okay. So this is my integrity, so our health. 500's a lot, okay. We only have 90. It reaches 0, game over, pretty standard stuff. Enemies health, like health and then shield. Yeah, reduce it to 0 before it does it to me. I see intent here. Ooh, it's passive abilities here, okay. Every time you're in combat, your console draws 5 random cards from your repository, or repo for short. Playing cards cost clock. A clock's card is shown on left next to it. Okay. Got it. Interesting to put it there. I feel like since Hearthstone, everything's kind of done at top left. So is it doing 3 damage 3 times, right? It always gains 10 buffer. Okay. But shield expires. Okay. In Vim, instead deal 40 and D. The hell is Vim? Hey. Tutorial. Some cards generate it, and some cards buffer. Okay, that's weird. Buffer expires at the. I feel like it's missing buffer. It just says it. I mean, I get it now, but it expires at the start of the turn. That makes sense. I don't see a reason to take damage, so. Oh, there we go. There's Vim. This yellow bar here. That's virtual memory. Oh. Many cards generate, and it's used to activate your command triggers and some cards' additional effects. You can check how much a Vim card generates by the yellow symbols beneath its clock. Okay. You can energize. Dang, it's 17. Okay. Commands are powerful skills that can swing battle in the blink of an eye. Normally, any given command can only be activated once per turn, so keep that in mind. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Use Turner to this thing. If you activate at least one command this turn, also generate. Okay. I already forgot. Was that a command? Remember, you can visualize all the cards, you can still draw on your repo. Oh, interesting. It actually shows you the different stuff. Ooh, there's corrupted cards. Are those going to be like curses or something? But he's going to gain 20 buffer. Like I save it. I don't have 10 Vim yet. Let's do in 30 again. I didn't see the numbers. Did it do the extra damage there? All your played and discarded cards end up here in your recycler. Repo is empty, you need to draw from it. All cards here will be reshuffled and moved to your repo except decompiled cards. Bouncing around. I was just curious if I could see exhausted card. Oh, interesting. So there's just one pile. Okay. Okay, we got there. Alright, pretty straightforward. Interesting. Gain 30 buffer, draw a card, deal 30, deal 20 and 10. I like that. So are these... I wasn't paying attention. Are these useless? What are the little... What are these things? Rarity? Why does this one have 4? Is that how much... or is that just how much it generates? Yeah, I think we just take Hoplite though. Sounds good. It's not amazing by any means, obviously, but it does a thing. Get some shards and hash key. Good job, that was enough to disable the bouncer of that gate. Now after defeating the Sentinel, you got a hash key. Hash keys are a resource to rehash nodes and are mainly obtained by defeating Sentinels. Now that this node doesn't have a Sentinel, you can interact with it. Okay. Let's keep avoiding the extraction, try out the new hash key. Nice, different nodes have different rehash and hash key costs, so you don't want to miss them. Okay, neat. This cluster has many valuable nodes, but it's also a very strong watch regarding. This Omni Watcher will trace you every time you use any of the nodes in the cluster. What about the bouncer on that gate? Let's check it out. Okay, so we want to basically check this. Disable this bouncer by using all nodes in either... Ooh. It does pose a tricky challenge because we have to activate it. We use all the nodes to be disabled, but the Omni Watcher will trace us in the process as well. Fortunately, there's a way to disable the Watcher. First, let's defeat that Sentinel so you can access that render node. Okay, see, I knew that little... Yeah, library, render, source. What do we get this time? Gravitational. Every time this deals ice damage and inflicts one debilitated. Reduce outgoing damage by 30%. Okay, so it's like weakened from Slay the Spire. Each point represents duration and number of rounds. On hit conditional, an attack is considered to have hit. Oh, that's just explaining the condition. Click jam. Alright. So does this generate 2? Yes. Okay, so that's just how much it generates. Okay, so that one attack is like, hey, I'm not an amazing attack, but I will just play that to generate some them, right? It's like, do this when I do a thing. While fighting the grid, you may appear or receive debuffs. Status you're affected are shown above your integrity. Okay. Ones affecting the enemy are next to there. Okay, so it would be here somewhere. Okay, he's gonna deal 10 and then 25, so that's 35 damage. So we just block. We just play the card for the Vim, right? Tag. What's tag? Deal 40. Alright. Okay, interesting. I really like the art on the cards. Or tip Vim. Interesting. Gain 1 index. Start your turn drawing 1 extra card. Each point represents duration and number of rounds. Generates no Vim though. A big buffer though, much better than our current one. Oh my god, finally. It's been so long since I've played a deck builder that lets me look at the deck while we're doing it. Okay, so... I think I just want the 0 cost damage card here. Oh nice, I guess my wife got some Buffalo Cheetos at work to try them out. I'll have to ask her how they were. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay. Now click the render node. Render nodes provide an icebreaker when rehashed, but it costs 2 hash keys. We currently only have 1. Let's defeat the Sentinel to do the next one. Hey, settle down. Okay, he's gonna... So we should just do damage. Okay. Play all of our damage cards. When you're drawing a card. Every time this deals ice damage, it inflicts 1. Some cards create yield. Yeah, Temp Vim for short. Temp Vim can be used to activate commands, but cannot trigger cards' conditional effects, and it will expire at the end of your... No interest. That was weird. The first attack looked like it didn't remove the barrier. What is a command? Oh, interesting. The deal, the Cypher's Gambit. You activate a command, also gain a clock. Ooh, I kind of like that. Console Prodigy seems cool as well. But that's like a big, like, payoff turn, basically, right? It does 40 for 2, though. That alone is better than what we currently do, right? Because we deal 20. Okay, it's the same. So it's... It's like playing two of these. But I've got like the zero cost card now. It seems good, and then if I save up and use my, you know, I've got that cheap draw 4 one. Oh, that seems good. Damage is usually the take. Now you have enough hash keys to refresh the render node. Okay, yep, I sure do. Icebreaker is a powerful tool that can disable any ice, whether Sentinel, Bouncer, or Watcher. Now let's use it to disable the powerful Omni Watcher. Click the Icebreaker. Break target Watcher. Now you can use the rest of the nodes freely. Okay. Let's inspect that anomaly node. Can be exploited or rehashed to get a glitch. Glitches are abnormal segments of source code you can pick up to obtain different bonuses for the run. Okay, so glitches are like relics. Got it. Yeah. First time you activate a command, each combat gain 1 clock and draw a card. Okay, that sounds amazing. Start of your turn, generate 1 Vim. Ooh, also get. Ooh, that's a toughie. That's a toughie. That means we'll get to the Vim faster, but not by much, right? It's 1 per turn, right? That's 2 on turn 2. I like the free energy. Like, that's gonna make getting that 2 cost one. It makes the 2 cost card easier to play as well. Yes, it will. Free library nodes. Ooh, source code so we can spend it. You can spend shards to obtain different things. Ooh, I want to buy a glitch. Do I have enough for a glitch? You have enough to buy an icebreaker. Let's get one for later. You'll need it. Let's. Now that you use all the nodes in the cluster, the gate can be open. Nice, you found the core of this grid. Check out its gate now. Gates leading to the core nodes are always guarded by impenetrable bouncers. Disable this by using. Oh, so you need an icebreaker or you have to get the trace. Okay. These bouncers can only be disabled by using an icebreaker, but that's not all. Gates can be brute force, opening them instantly, but increasing trace as a trade-off. Okay. Use brute force sparingly. It's an emergency measure rather than efficient tactic. Brute forcing the impenetrable raises trace by 3, while brute forcing most normal bouncers increases it by jump. Fortunately, I have an icebreaker, so let's avoid brute forcing. Way to the core is now open. Before proceeding, let's prepare a bit more. Compiler node. You rehash this node, you can get a powerful protocol card. But we don't have enough hash keys to do it. Defeat 2 more sentinels to get hash keys. Red squares, right? What is this? Combat, you can check your active glitches and their effects here. Ooh, neat. Yeah. This hits inflict expose, so we take more damage. Oh, that's cool. I didn't draw any block cards. Neat. Arb. Start your turn drawing 1 fewer card. Oh. Alright, we lost a little health, but it's no big deal. I mean, it's only 25 of 500. It seems like a lot, right? I wonder if that's like a tutorial amount of health. Yeah, I like that. A big buff. Expose is more damage. The Maker's Touch. I love the art on this one. Art on this one's cool too. It's like so trippy. And like this one's so simple, but also cool. Discard a random card from your hand. If it was a hack, deal 30 more damage. Okay. I have taken a good chunk of them, and you know I could set it up to where that's the one I hit. I don't want to take that. I like this, but I already have a 2-cost card that I want to play. I like the decompile thing as well. Like knowing that we're like it just thins the deck out, which could help us get there, but then we still have like this is 0, so we can just play that whenever, but like of these 3 if the fight goes on long enough. This deals 50 though. So it's already better than this, and it makes them weaker, which we have a 0-cost card. This sometimes does 50 for 1 though. Ugh. Man, oh man. Exposed is they take 30% more damage. Doesn't generate any Vim though. And we are kind of Vim pilled right now, I feel like because we want the 2 commands, we want to get these decompiled. Why do you think I take this? In reality, it's tempting, but it being 2 cost, you know, it's kind of hard to play sometimes. Got our 1 hash key. Need 1 more sentinel to get the hash key needed. Yes, sir. Oh god, he's gonna punch me. Tyson MKO, I love it. Nice. Move all the buffer, and then you're gonna deal damage? Bro, that's crazy. Can't believe you would do this to me, buddy. I thought we were friends. Oh, I guess I could have drawn a card. No, I only had enough to do it because of the... Draw. Is always going to do 50. Full short. Fucking uppercut. Interesting. Making them cost more. That's a pretty brutal debuff. Sounds pretty good. So I can draw and then use it. Warlord's Kiss, 300 damage. Oh, Ulysses' toy seems cool too. We only get to use it once though. Spent this. Ooh, that's tough. I feel like you want both. Ooh, they're rare too. They're all rare. I feel like I want like this is cool, but this works better with the 2-cost attack. And it goes away for the 1-cost discard one. I can reshape the compiler now. Hell yeah, I can. Protocols are powerful cards that change the rules of combat once played and get removed from combat after. Okay, so they're like powers. Interesting. So Quantum Protocol helps me generate more Vim. Can I see my commands from here? I can't. But it's draw 3. It's what? Draw 1, draw 3, discard 1, draw 2, gain 2 energy, right? This seems good though because it works with my it's basically double dips on the energy one, which seems good, and all my stuff is about drawing cards, so I think this is the best one. best in quotes, I guess. Like, I just feel like it works better with what we have. Restore some integrity. Ooh, nice. We get a rest. Nice. Okay, okay, good time to check your commands and see if you want to change them to better synergize with your current deck. Whoa, whoa, what? Draw a card. 5%. Okay. Okay. I think I like that one for my 17. But I use recollect to get the decomposed ones, I wonder? Repo is the deck, right? Cards left to draw. Interesting. I really like the card draw aspect of it since we get energy from ours. This one's fun as a great way to like get more Vim to trigger the second one. I think I'm gonna just keep it as is. I feel like those work. I kind of like picked cards based on those commands. Ooh, and we can change them at any time though. Okay, time to go to the court. So this is like the boss. Oh, that's right. Open. Mainframe and face the boss sitting with this grid. Okay. Most grids will have multiple core nodes. In those instances, you can plunder some of them for powerful benefits, but you'll be forcing yourself to find another one to complete the run. Luck in the final battle. Oh, interesting. Spider tank. Okay. A lot of damage incoming. Protocols are permanent combat modifiers. Once played, the protocols themselves are decompiled, but their effects linger until the end of the... Interesting. This ice? Reference slightly upgrades all offense. Subroutines, oh, that sounds terrible. I guess I could have tried to kill, but I didn't want to deal with like a 50-50 of not hitting the big damage one. More energy, so draw, discard you, and then this does 80, and it kills you. Tutorial completed. The grid simulator wasn't that much of a challenge. I think I'm ready to try out Arbel's practice grid. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so here's the grid simulator I sent you. The grid simulator I sent you was a reduced experience. This will be way more realistic. Just like in the simulator, you'll face some ICEs. I was able to steal from an Apex talent service vendor. What you encountered here will be quite accurate. Don't worry, I had a maker friend of mine deactivate all their really nasty effects, so they ought to be pretty tame. Right control. Using all nodes, okay. Sentinels, okay. I have to use a hash key, okay. Okay, so my deck is different, right? Okay, so this is just our basic. Okay, so we could try different commands out now. Gaining a feral sounds cool, just like making us have more strength. Sounds good. Use that to get a cheaper cost there. I think for now we just keep the 17 there. This is a little cheaper. Okay. Current. Looks exposed. Just going for the thing. We can't save barriers, so I think we boost our damage up as much as possible. Okay, he's gonna deal 30. He had 40 block, he's only dealing 30, and he's charging. So I'll play that because it gets me more Vim. Okay, we go. Okay, we can gain 30 buffer if we have 8 grit, also gain 1 clock. So this is free. Buffer and grit. Point increases, buffer gained, okay. That's kind of cool. Okay. Like if you scale yourself up, you can get energy. I think I just take this though. Free damage. If I activate a command, I can gain a clock. Reveal an area on the grid, okay. Explain how the scout works. Omni Walker, okay. Get a scout probe for a hash key. I exploit, it's early enough, right? On an empty or core node to gain bonus in that cluster. Repeated bonuses. Hash key, right? Sounds cool. Okay, open the door. Should have kept the hash key. Okay, so combat doesn't trigger the trace though, right? I think we do it that way. Bank strike sounds cool. Fragmented data, corrupted type card that has no effect as decompot at the end of the round. So I get. Oh, that's funny. Like Moonlight and stuff. So like the aggro stuff is like wolf pilled. I don't know if I want to do that. Like losing a draw to that seems really bad. Doesn't generate anything. I like the Fink Strike. It still gives me a Vim. It's one less than normal. Really knock them out, girl. If I'm being honest, I thought the Sentinels had been modified to be less dangerous, but that last fight looked as real as they come. Guess you didn't need the handicap after all. Just goes to prove we stray dogs really are the best runners, eh? And don't be mad, I take your achievements as credit for the whole faction. That's just what the kind of stray I am. That's crazy. Guess we just play that for the Vim, right? Oh right, I don't draw. I keep thinking I draw a card when I activate. War Feral? Drawing a bunch of cards? Okay. I don't like the idea of this Feral stress stacking we've got. Hold up, I think my console's acting up. I mean, these readings can't be right. My grid is showing more sentinels than I ever enabled. Let me run some diagnostics and I'll be right back. Just carry on, you're doing fine. I like that. I think I want to switch this one. Her could be cool. Got another scout. That looks cool. Runner can only activate 2 commands each turn. So I've let it drain the Vim, right? Is thing. We don't activate the Vim, so that way Take 12. Then I stop him from draining me. Interesting fight. Weird enemy. Kind of annoying. Max Vim. 20. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Or I can get some Temp Vim. Well, ooh, so interesting. Apparently only 4, but we saw some cards earlier that had 4 on them as well. Kind of like this because I just want to spam the Pharaoh one as much as possible. How do you see? Defeating all sentinels. I have the hash key, so we can do that, right? Okay, he wants a hash key. Won't let me. Why am I getting praise for fighting them? I was still getting trace for that room too. I was very confused. Okay, phew, thank God we drew our 0-cost card. Okay. Like generate 1 extra Vim and add it to the Vim value. Discard the remainder of combat. Interesting. Vim also. Can it go past 4? I hope so, because it starts at 3 already. Bloody Sentinels are trying to achieve connectivity. The maker friend Sori deactivated that. This is why I've had trust issues with runner from other factions, getting locked out of my own grid. Change of plans, you're not practicing anymore. This is a live run, girl. Soul jacked in, so you're gonna get control back over my grid, or we're both screwed. And any chance of finding Imogen will have gone before we even started looking. We need to find a core node and get this thing under control before it's too late. You know what? I'm fine with it. I think I like the card draw. I like the feral scaling. I was really hoping I'd hit one of my 0-cost cards there. Hilarious. Yo, that sounds good. Quicken. Start your turn with 1 extra clock. Each point represents the duration. Raise amp. Become the beast sounds. Dope. So it's just so expensive, but you know exactly what you're gonna hit because you can choose it whenever. Let's try it. Just makes it so hard to get to energize it. Well, this one's new. At the start of each round and fix star. I don't think we played that one. Oh, that was kind of awkward, huh? I cannot, I can add the thing to the other card. Thing's a freaking monster, man. Oh, we had enough either way. Pet Zeba. Expose. Seems kind of hard to play. I don't know if I want another one of them. Without a card that actually draws cards yet? But I have the 2 draw cards. That's pretty good. Okay, I should be able to fix everything from a core node. The Sentinels of Ice are trying to override the mainframe and connect to Apex Talent Certs. If they manage to do that, we're gonna have Warlord Defense Industries goon squads at each of our doors in minutes. I need to remind you that those bastards like to do with caught runners. I don't think either of us wants to get tortured or murdered, especially not before we get your daughter back. Look for a core node and breach the mainframe. That's our best bet. Barrel. Okay, that's pretty cool. I feel like I'm still figuring stuff out, but very cool. Alright, we got there. Sure, more Vim sounds good, and it's a better block card than what we have. Okay, more combats. A lot of damage. I don't even know how important that damage is. Okay, so he's all defense and then he's upgrading himself. I should have used the temp vim to upgrade. Gets me enough block. Yeah, so close. I should have brought back an attack. I like that. More card draw. Ooh, an uncommon rare. That sounds awesome. We're not doing grit. 3 shells? What's a shell? Oh, these are shells. Main problem we have. Oh, we just didn't take a whole lot of good shells. We're mostly. Excuse me. We're mostly hacks. See who's watching this. Is it this? Yeah, I can fight them, no problem. Let's do this. Let's get a protocol card, right? Those are super strong. Generating 3 Vim is nice. On a protocol? Okay. Okay, we're not really. I guess this is the only one that we can really use. Buy an icebreaker. Boss. Spinning a hand. But I can fight here. This guy. Wait, did I want to switch this out? Or thought I wanted to switch that out. You can't drain my temp vent, right? Get him? Nice. Ooh, more Vim is nice. The Mim beacon is useless, right? We're not really like max Vim pilled, right? Ooh, I wonder if you can use. Does it count being like if you use temp Vim? I bet that counts, right? I would hope so. Like getting there. I'm gonna be honest. I know the card says, doesn't it? I feel like I'm remembering it. Does not count for conditional effect, right? So it does. I don't think it would count for max Vim because it doesn't count for the 10, right? But Magic Fingers seems good, right? Oh, bit. It's tempting to switch to it. But kind of wish their attacks were a little slower. Ooh, nice, we got there. I keep taking it. Birds. There's no watch. Another glitch. So basically you can stack stuff up until you don't need the Vim anymore. It's also a Plants vs. Zombies reference. Do that for some more buffing. Let's start a combat. Yes, we got. Fun guys, okay. Tempting. Kind of like the cycle aspect of it all. A good card to pull back with the secondary thing. That's just better than my other attacks, right? It's 10 extra damage, but I need to get the feral up for it to work. I'm just gonna take Jesus. Like, oh, I should have played that. That was a... No, we're dead. Yeah, I think we were in there too. So the longer we're in there, just the stronger they get in general. ICEs reach connectivity. I wasn't able to reach the mainframe before the ICEs. Now both my location and barrels have been compromised. I wasn't able to save my friend Grid. My chances of saving my girl now almost. Yeah, interesting. Very cool. It's very complicated. It's kind of a lot to keep track of. But I feel like that's how a lot of deck builders are, just in general. Like off the get-go, it's just you getting used to everything. So, interesting. So, oh, there's gonna be multiple characters, campaigns, narrative events. Very cool, interesting. I definitely want to play some more. But like trying to play and talk at the same time sometimes when I'm learning a game is a bit difficult, but it seems interesting. I felt like we saw some different plays in just the 2 little runs we did. So super cool. Demo's out up now on Steam. Go check it out. Wishlist it. Helps the devs out a whole bunch. I think they're shooting for like a mid 2025 early access launch is what the dev's email said. So yeah, and that's what it says on Steam as well. But very interesting. Seems cool. But yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. I appreciate it. Do all that YouTube stuff, and I hope to catch y'all in the next one.